The ability to insert and delete page breaks is a very useful and necessary feature in LibreOffice Writer to efficiently write longer publications, like a book. The following is an example how to insert page breaks between chapters in a book and why using page breaks are important. On this screen is an example of a book having 2 chapters. Chapter 2 should start at the top of the page, following Chapter 1, rather than being on the same page within Chapter 1. To add a page break, to have Chapter 2 start at the top of the page, immediately following Chapter 1, click directly in front of the first character in the chapter title for Chapter 2, and then click on Insert, Page Break, or use the keyboard shortcut, Control, Enter. Now you will see that Chapter 2 begins at the top of the page that immediately follows the end of Chapter 1. I will add additional text to Chapter 1 to show that adding additional text to Chapter 1 does not push the text down in Chapter 2.
Once upon a time, not so very long ago, there lived in a small village very far away, someone that wanted to write a book.
Notice, when I added this additional text, that it did not push the text down in Chapter 2. Okay, let's add more additional text to Chapter 1.
Then one day, they discovered LibreOffice Writer and went on to write a bestseller.
And again, notice, when I added more additional text in Chapter 1, that it still did not push the text down in Chapter 2. To delete the page break, simply click directly in front of the first character in the chapter title for Chapter 2, and then use your backspace key to remove the page break. Now, after removing the page break, you will see that Chapter 2 has returned to a page within Chapter 1. The wrong way to move Chapter 2 down to where Chapter 2 begins on the top of the page, immediately following Chapter 1, is to just push the text down by just repeatedly using your Enter key until the first line of Chapter 2 is on the top line at the beginning of Chapter 2. Now to demonstrate the wrong way to move Chapter 2 to the next page following Chapter 1. I will place my cursor here and repeatedly press my Enter key, moving the text down a line at a time until Chapter 2 is at the top of the page immediately following Chapter 1. Now, the beginning of Chapter 2 is exactly where I want it, at the top of the page immediately following Chapter 1. However, using the Enter key to move down the text, rather than moving the text down by entering a page break, leaves a paragraph marker every time you press the Enter key, as I will show you by clicking on View, Formatting Marks, or click on this paragraph marker, or enter the keyboard shortcut, Control F10. Now, you can see all the paragraph markers that were inserted every time the Enter key was used. The problem with having all these paragraph markers is that, when you add more text in Chapter 1, it will push the text in Chapter 2 down. If you had not created all these paragraph markers just to move the Chapter 2 text down to the next page, and instead had inserted a page break, you could have added additional text in Chapter 1 without that additional text moving text down in Chapter 2, as I will illustrate. Now, I will add more text to Chapter 1. I'll just click here to place my cursor here and then add more text to Chapter 1.
The now famous author went on to write many more books that were loved and read by thousands of people.
See how adding the additional text in Chapter 1 pushed the text down in Chapter 2. Okay, let's add more additional text to Chapter 1.
This author was an inspiration to many other authors that also wrote books that were loved and read by many thousands of people.
And again, notice when I added additional text in Chapter 1 that it pushed the text even further down in Chapter 2. So, as you have been shown, when you want to move text to start at the top of the next page, such as wanting a chapter moved down to begin at the top of a new page, it is best to move the text down by using a page break rather than moving text down a line at a time by repeatedly pressing the Enter key. That is why you should make using page breaks a part of your writing process. I encourage you to begin using LibreOffice Writer and learn the features in LibreOffice as you go. Anytime you have a question, usually help is not far away by clicking on Help within LibreOffice Writer. Also, there are many helpful video tutorials available by searching the internet and on video channels like YouTube. If you are new to LibreOffice or new to writing a book using LibreOffice, you might want to check out a free PDF book available as a download from the URL shown on this screen entitled Self-Publishing Using LibreOffice Writer 6. How to Use Free Software to Write, Design, and Create eBooks and PDFs for Print-on-Demand Books. By Jean Hollis Weber. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Keep on writing. Please visit Oportuno.org. Thank you.